What's up, guys? Lance the Obscure Movie Guy coming to you once again, and I know it's been a little while. I've had a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Been dealing with a lot of stuff at home, but trying to get a video in because it's been a couple weeks now. I missed headlines last week because I've been so wrapped up in some other stuff, but want to put a video out. The new trailer dropped for Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe origin story. And it got me thinking about some other characters and some other movies that I feel Hollywood got wrong. Now, this is probably not going to be one of my more popular videos. This is going to probably cause some controversy because this is going to be about a lot of popular actors and some popular characters that coincide with that. But I want to go over some movies and characters that I think Hollywood really missed the mark, and they had better opportunities to capitalize on a character. And the first one I'm going to start off with is going to be 2018's Deadpool 2, Josh Brolin as Cable. Hollywood missed the mark on this one bad as far as I'm concerned. And before we get too ahead of ourselves, I'm not going to take anything away from Josh Brolin's ability to act. I think he's an amazing actor. I do enjoy his work. And I think he put forth great effort into the character of Cable, but he is not Cable. And if you guys don't know who Cable is, he's a comic book character from the Marvel cinematic, well, not the cinematic universe, but he's done by Marvel. I think he first showed up in 1993. He's had his own series and multiple times. He's part of X-Force with the X-Men. And Josh Brolin is by far way too small to play Cable. I'll give it to him though. He did come off as the grumpy old son of a bitch that Cable is, but if he's just, the build was just not there. And I'm a little disappointed with this one because at the end of Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, aka Deadpool, they teased that they were going to do Deadpool 2, bring in Cable, and he even mentioned himself as an ad lib at the time that Dolph Lundgren, they would maybe try and get him to play Cable. And that would have been an amazing choice. But to give you guys some context to what we're talking about, let's take a look at what Cable looks like from the comics and the X-Men animated series from the 90s versus what we got.
Yes, Nathan Christopher Charles Summers, a.k.a. Cable, is a Marvel comic character who I mistakenly said showed up in the early 90s, but he actually showed up in 1986 in Uncanny X-Men number 201 as an infant. But as you can see, Cable is a big guy. He's big, he's brooding, he's older, he's got muscles upon muscles, and that is not anything of what we got from Josh Brolin, unfortunately. Now, Josh Brolin's Cable, I'll give him this much. Josh Brolin did put a huge amount of effort into trying to put on some muscle mass and stack on the pounds to play Cable, but he's just physically not big enough, tall enough to play such a character. Now, don't get me wrong, he definitely got the grumpiness along. He got that just right when it comes to the Cable character, but from a physicality standpoint, he's just not physically big enough to be Cable. He's too small, plain and simple. But I won't take anything away from his acting abilities. He plays the character great. Basically, what we got with the physical appearance of Cable from Deadpool 2 was more along the lines of the comic book version of Kid Cable, who coincidentally also debuted in 2018. Kid Cable is from Earth 616, I believe, and he is not the same Nathaniel Summers, but a different version from an alternate universe. Different Earth, as it would be. He's smaller, he's a bit of a teenager, and this looks more like the Cable that we got in Deadpool 2. What we should have gotten was this. Dolph Lundgren at his best. He's big, he's mean, he's got muscles, he's older, he can definitely play a grumpy son of a bitch, and physically he's the right stature to play a guy like Cable. This is what we should have gotten. Unfortunately, we got Josh Brolin instead. But Dolph is a legit martial artist. He has a black belt in a couple of different martial arts. He's actually a karate world champion. And we know he can fight, judged based by what we're seeing here, but plus he was Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. So, would have been a perfect choice in my book, and I really wish Hollywood would have gone with this.
And realistically, Dolph Lundgren wouldn't have been the only solid choice to play a character like Cable. There's actually quite a few guys that I think probably would have done a pretty good job. Ron Perlman would have been a great choice. He's older, gray, built. He was Hellboy. That would have been cool. Stephen Lang, if anybody's familiar with his work. Terra Nova, Avatar, Into the Badlands. I think he would have been a cool choice. He's definitely got a better face for it than the other two. And even Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash, who played the Russian in The Punisher. Former wrestler. Kevin Nash, a.k.a. Diesel. Big guy, gray hair, built. That would have been... He might be a little too big to play Cable, but still would have been a solid choice, I think, in regards to this. So, that's my take on that. And, I hate to beat a dead horse, but Dolph would have been my first choice. And as I tell work, what's the sense in having a dead horse if you're not going to beat it? So, but that's my take. And I've actually spent a little bit more time on Dolph Lundgren than I probably wanted to. So I think I'm going to have to make this a mini series in regards to what I do. I usually do 3 of something, 3 things to watch, 3 headlines. And I had anticipated this to be 3 different characters, but this video is running a little long. So we're going to cut it off here. And the next one I'll do... the next one I'll do will be a double whammy. It'll be Jean-Claude Van Damme, and we'll get into that one next time. But guys, please like, subscribe, and comment to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook. Feel free to share the video. Let me know what you guys think about this. Is Josh Brolin the right choice? I mean, not for me, he wasn't. Dolph would have been my first choice, but I mean, to be fair, Josh Brolin's already Thanos in the MCU. Now he's Cable, and he was Jonah Hex for DC. How many superheroes does this guy need to be? So... But again, not taking anything away from Josh Brolin's acting ability. He is an amazing actor, but physically too small to be Cable. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next video.